Leo, that was so lovely. Where do you learn stuff like that? I recommend you close your fist around that point to keep it safe. Subject: 3 whiskies. Dear Leo, my 3rd whiskey wanted to know whether I am only attractive to you with a high claret-to-blood ratio. Given that with coffee and water only, that day in the cafe, you seem to lack all interest in me physically. Do you know what I did to that 3rd whiskey, Leo? I annihilated him. And now, I'm off to bed. Good night. Or rather, good morning now.
Dear Emmy, okay, there are a number of things that need an explanation, such as, why would you want me to be interested in you physically? What good would it do? And how's your marriage? And what do you now think about the circumstances that led up to our breakup? How could you forgive me? And how could you forgive Bernard? Have a nice day, Leo. P.S. Oh, and please tell your whiskey friend that I like you, with or without alcohol in my bloodstream. And you're stunning to look at.
Here are my answers to your questionnaire, in no particular order. Bernard, well, what can I say? I have nothing to reproach him for. It's no longer the great love it once was. But I still feel a great love and sense of protectiveness for his children. Do you understand?
Emmy, may I remind you that many of my questions remain unanswered? Yours, in anticipation, Leo.
Subject: more answers. Leo, I got in contact with you again because the man of many words slipped spinelessly and wordlessly out of my life. Our story was never concluded. Flight is never an ending, only a postponement. And here's where things get a little baffling. You asked me, how could I forgive Bernard? I don't understand this one. What could I possibly have had to forgive him for? You'll have to explain. Kisses, Emmy.
Dear Emmy, listen, I don't know how else to say this, and maybe it would be better if we meet to discuss it. Bernard knows about us, or at least he did. That's why I bowed out.
What? That's absurd, Leo. What is it that Bernard knows? And how do you know? I demand an explanation now.
Ask Bernard. He has to explain this, not me. How was I to know he never told you what he did? He read our emails, Emmy. All of them. And then he sent me an email himself. He asked me to meet you for one night and then leave you in peace with him and the children. After that, I took the job in Boston. That's it, in a nutshell. I would rather have told you all this face to face.
Is this supposed to be some kind of joke? It's not at all funny, Leo.
Dear Emmy, much too late, unforgivably late. I'm attaching here the email Bernard sent me a year ago, in which he confesses to reading our emails and makes his request for me to meet you once and go away. A request I couldn't ignore. Emmy? Hello? Are you there? Oh, Emmy, I've lost you now, haven't I? Oh, God. I wish I could erase everything. Love, Leo. Okay, Emmy, I get it. I won't write anymore. Always, all my love, your Leo.
Hi, Leo. Are you asleep?
Emmy, thank you. How are you? Tell me.
Can I come and see you? Right now?
Are you serious? It's 2 o'clock in the morning.
Yes or no? Can I come over now?
Yes, but, Emmy, you can by any chance let me know what mood you're in, could you? This is one of the real deficits of email, as we know, and I just want to prepare myself.
You'll find out soon enough.
Subject: our Nadir. Dear Emmy, I don't imagine you're feeling any better today after that performance last night. your tempestuous entrance, the abandonment of your shyness, and your exhilarating demand, which I could not deny, then your calculated departure afterwards. You were trying to prove something, but what? We have never been so close, and yet so far apart. That was our nadir. Amy, you're not some cool woman who can turn humiliation into victory like that. That isn't you. In the void after you left so abruptly, I wanted you back, Amy, but most of all, I wanted words. If you have any feelings for me, please write back.
You're right. I don't feel any better today. I thought I would, but I don't. All I have proved is that I'm capable of physically cheating on Bernard and of punishing him. Leo, you cannot imagine what you two men have done to me. I feel soul down the river. My husband and my virtual lover made a pact behind my back, and daft little Emmy won't ever know a thing. I don't know what this means for me and Bernard yet, Leo, but I do know what it means for us. There is a 6-letter logical conclusion which has finally caught up with us, and it's down to me to spell it out. THEEND. The end. Subject. Me again. Dear Leo, I've just been speaking on the phone to my therapist. She says I shouldn't be surprised that you've not replied to my various emails in the last few months. She says I should ask you how you are doing, but nicely. So, how are things, Leo? Best possible wishes ever, Emmy.
Dear Emmy, tell me, when you say the end so definitively as you did 16 weeks and 3 days ago, what do you actually mean? And why can't you stick to it? Best wishes back, Leo.
There are certain things I see quite differently today, and also my curiosity about you improves the air around here, in my tiny, empty, new flat, with the silent piano and bare walls.
What? Have you moved out, Emmy? Have you and Bernard separated?
Yes. He's feeling contrite, trying to salvage what he can, while I try to identify if there is anything that can be salvaged. P.S. I'd love to hear how you are. Can't you tell me anything? Drop a few hints at least.
Hint 1, I've had a cold again. Hint 2, I've only got 3 more weeks on my own. Hint 3, Pam, is coming. And staying.
Congratulations, Leo. And richly deserved. I'm referring to Pam, of course, not the recurring cold. Best regards, Emmy.
Hello, Emmy. You'll be asleep by now. I'm guessing it's 2 or 3 in the morning. Emmy, I've got something I need to say. Writing to you now that I've seen you, it's almost intolerable. Every syllable carries your gaze, and I really thought it was all over between us after that night you wrote the end. I wrote us off. Everything vanished. Nothing was left. I believed that. But I'd better stop writing now. The wine is strong. 15 nights to go, Emmy, then Pamela's here, and then my new life will start. And now, what the heck, I am going to send you a kiss. I can see your mouth. I can smell your hair. I can touch you now. And please excuse emails like this. I'm slightly drunk. Not very. So, full stop. Finish. Send. The end. Yours, Leo.
Dear Leo, your late-night drunken outpourings are quite something. What a way to start my day. And apropos of the new life about to start soon, I have a query concerning our schedule for the next 2 weeks, which could well be our last. What shall we do? 1. Nothing, so that you can prepare for the arrival of Pam in peace. 2, keep writing to each other until the moment the plane lands from Boston. 3, or shall we meet one more time?
Dear Emmy, if I'm being honest, I somehow can't imagine that a final meeting would be a good idea. I think we ought to stick to writing.
You must be sober. Unfortunately. P.S. Just one more thing. What does Pamela know about us?
Nothing.
Leo, I hope you agree that nothing cannot be your whole answer. If you haven't told her, why not? I need to know your answer so I can go and share it with my therapist first thing tomorrow.
Dearest Emmy, I didn't tell Pamela anything about us in Boston because I considered us to be a closed matter at that time. And after Boston, I didn't tell her anything because I hadn't told her anything about us in Boston. I didn't start in the middle. And I didn't tell her anything about us because she wouldn't have understood our strange story. I basically don't understand it myself.
Come on, Leo, of course you understand it. Well enough to keep it to yourself. But surely it's not a great idea to begin a relationship with a woman while carrying a strange, secret story with someone else, Leo, my love. Am I right?
I don't know. I guess I feel the secret is safely hidden away.
Morning, Leo. I'm off out. I'm going to see my therapist, who will be fascinated by all this.
Hello, Emmy. We've wasted days in silence and time is running out. I assume your therapist suggested you stop writing. Are we going to see each other one more time?
Dear Leo, why now? If I've done my sums correctly, Leo, we only have 3 days left until Pam arrives. So why, Leo? What for? What would you get out of it?
Why? So I can see you one more time. What would I get out of it? A good feeling.
I'm delighted for you, Leo, but that would be the opposite of how I'd feel. I'm saturated with goodbyes, sick of goodbyes, damaged by goodbyes. Please, Leo, go away. I'd rather hear from your systems manager at this point.
Dear Emmy, I said one more time, not one last time. For me, saying goodbye to you means no longer thinking of you. Believe me, I'm nowhere near saying goodbye.